All right, guys, this is Mr. Loya here. CTR1 live session. Um, go ahead and do this real quick. So it's Mr. Loya here, CTR1 live session. I'll be doing my lesson over a couple of topics to what I'm going to be going over. So I'm hoping that everybody has had a chance to go into the classwork and look at how I have numerically ordered all the assignments. A lot of the assignments will have hashtag 001, hashtag 002, and so forth. So keep in mind with that. As of today, I definitely need you guys to do the daily check-in participation number 1. I'm going to switch over that real quick. I need you to do daily check-in participation number 1. Then following that, do daily participation number 2. Continue with the verification of address. You don't have to send each and every one of those particular examples. It is only requiring 1. Then I need you guys to attempt the questionnaire. This is very important. This is going to be related to the CTS provider that is going to assist you after you separate from Job Corps. All right, following that is the 003 mandatory assignment grad 90 presentation. Assumingly you were able to watch my live session from yesterday and kind of get a hint as to the importance of the presentation. Guys, if you don't do this presentation, it's like nothing ever happened. We're not going to be able to press on and continue your career path and assist you, because without that, we cannot secure your career plans, whether it's related to second trade, advanced trade, job trade match, apprenticeship, college, whatever it might be. This presentation is like accountability for both sides. You know, if someone says, for example, that you never asked to do second trade or advanced training, this particular document presentation will show proof that it was part of your career plans. So I'm not seeing any chats just yet. Let's see. What I really need, guys, from everyone is to press the importance of this grad 90 presentation. Without it, we're going to be flying blind, not knowing what students' career plans are going to be. So I would make it a point to share this information with any students that you're currently dealing with, so that way they're prepared for it. I know a lot of times we run into students that do not want to consider the course, but yet they want to do TCU or advanced training. Well, this is the department, this is the area that puts together your career plans, what the next step in those career plans. So I'm going to briefly go into the grad 90 presentation a little more thorough. The questionnaire, I did go through that the other day, and if any students have any questions, I went through it yesterday on my live session, and that's already posted. And then I don't know if you guys have encountered any other students that are having trouble viewing the Google Meets recorded sessions. Uh, have any of y'all had any trouble with the Google, what is it called, the Google Meets live session recordings, the playback? Anyone? I guess just let me know. Let me know if you or anyone, specifically students, are having trouble opening up the live session recordings. What I'm going to start doing is with the from this point on, I'm going to be um, uploading them to YouTube. That way, they can view it on the browser versus the link related to Google Meets. I think it will prove to be um, more accessible, and that way the recording stays in the classroom setting, but then also in an outside source. So there's no conflict on device usage or the platform. You'll be able to view it in any situation. Yes, it took a while. I'll say that it took a little while. I want to say at least 45 minutes, but if it gives them access to view the information, I certainly will continue doing it. All right. So moving on, I'm going to go through the presentation just to make sure everybody has a good grasp of this because it's super important. Okay. So obviously the first slide is going to have the intro section. Very basic. I know with our presentations, it can be black and white. Don't worry about the details, the background, or whatnot. The most important thing about the presentation is recording your information. All right. Next slide. What I want to state about this, it's very important, is the photo, the professional photo that gets included here. What we utilize this photo later on for is if in the event that we want to recognize the student, we'll certainly use this photo in recognizing the student for graduation, for whatever it might be. So I think it's very important to have something new, something professional attached to this slide. Notice in my instructions for the introduction, it states to provide details on where you are, where you're from, and why you decided to enroll in Job Corps, what trades you are currently in. Number three, who holds you accountable, and how has Job Corps helped you achieve goals that will help you in the future. Kind of like kind of like answering the question, tell me a little bit about yourself. I think uh, that's a good practice. It's a good practice area to focus on when addressing that question. Next slide. Completion status. Okay, you should have all students should have ETAR information or the ability to access their percentiles. I sent each and every student stat reports that contain CTS information, grad 90 information, um, let's see, CTS information, the supervisor manager contacts. Um, if for some reason a student doesn't know their ETAR percentile, I think between myself, Scott, my TA, even counselors, whoever you communicate with the most, if you don't have an updated ETAR percentile, make sure you get that. Let's see. The name of the high school. If you got your high school here at Job Corps, the school is Southwest Texas High School. You'd certainly put the graduation year attached to that. If it's still pending, as in you're still in academics, you can basically, I would say, put pending. I think that's what we use in prior presentations. Let's see. Certainly detail whether you're going to have a high school or HSC. You in that stat report that I forwarded to every student, you're going to have your TABE scores. In this area, you can also put if you have work-based learning experience or the jobs that are related to work-based. If you don't have any work-based experience up to date, but you are interested, I recently was in a meeting where we discussed students' ability to attain work-based learning jobs in our current situation. So certainly if you're interested or if you have experience through work-based prior to the COVID-19 leave, put it on this slide because you definitely want to know. Certainly identify certifications. If you are unaware as to what certifications you currently have, please let me know. And if you get a job course, you ETAR, what is it called? Training, learning aspect. It has all the verbiage, the training articulation from each and everyone's ETAR. What I did with that is I put it into basic format, put the all the training that you would get, compiled it, and then also below added the certifications you can get for those particular trades. All right. So make sure you address the certification aspect. The careers related to my trade and credentials. I know there's a certain assignment that I have already put out there. It was related to the Google Maps and finding, I believe it was like 3 to 4 jobs related to your trade and credentials. That information should go right here. It's going to have the job, the name, and the pay scale. Certainly, you could use LMI information. You can go to like salary.com. You can use, there's various websites that you can use to find salary for each particular job. All right, here we go to the meat and beans section of this presentation. This guy's right here is your accountability aspect of this presentation. Without this information right here, we're going to be lost, and the way I set this up for students gives them access to just about any of the items or the resources that we have at Job Corps. So obviously, if you finished a basic trade, you have the ability to go into advanced training, to do second trade, to do work-based learning. All I can say about that is when you reference those items in the next section, we will be referring to it as applying for each one of these individual aspects. So Just to give you a little detail, the way I did this was, you know, let's say you finish your first trade and you're considering a second trade, you obviously would put that first, and or work-based learning. If you are aware of the work-based learning job or position, certainly state that. Um, if in the event these two do not occur, but there's a possibility, and you have the qualifications to do advanced training, stating it as so would lock in that opportunity as to being able to attain the transfer to an advanced training site, which in most cases, um, I've sent students to HVAC advanced training, which is associated with a college, so you can get a college degree in some of the sites. Let's see. I know I've helped send students to welding advanced training. What's the other one? Uh, Drone piloting, electrical advanced training. I mean, I've sent quite a few. It's hard to keep track of them. But I definitely think that advanced training is one of the ups to Job Corps. I was told a long time ago that without advanced training, the possibility of creating or owning your own business it's near impossible. Also was told that advanced training leads to advanced pay, or advanced knowledge leads to advanced pay, which I'm pretty sure each and every one of us could associate ourselves, towards. Next, Plan C, or backup Plan C, is the job trade match, which is the inevitable. For some reason, we can't get into second trade, work-based learning, advanced training. We're going to fall back on that JTM job trade match, and also provide company info if it's applicable or it applies. Also noted here was if your plans are to go directly into a job or military, verification must be provided to grad 90 coordinator. So, for example, I'm the instructor for grad 90 CTR1, the construction side. The construction side grad 90 coordinator is going to be Miss Georgia Cheatham. Now, another side, and another staff member associated to my area is Miss Marissa Chapa. She's the coordinator for the material handling side of our area. So you would basically get your JTM magic verification of employment or verification of the military to either one of those individuals. They would basically help you with your graduation aspect. All right, moving on. Okay, another good slide to include is this transitional support needed. I noted various items. Specifically, you're going to have your driver's license, behind the wheel, insurance information, clothing trip. With when we go back to center, a lot of students that went through CTR are going to be some of the first ones that get to do the clothing trips. Also, if you happen to go to advanced training and or get a job trade match, you obviously are going to get some tools. So that's a huge incentive, as it is coming from my end. Let's see, legal services for tickets or fines, child care services or assistance, housing, transportation, and also the FAFSA or financial aid. So bear that in mind. There's a lot of resources out there. This particular department that I am in, we work on all these and assist you with these in relation to your career path. So definitely take a look at these. If you need some clarification, certainly get with me after this session so we can discuss that information. All right. So when it comes down to your quarter two, quarter four goals, definitely consider your plans, the A, B, and C backup plans associated to this area. We definitely need to know that the Q2 is from this particular point that we're at, CTR1, out six months. It's going to be considered your quarter two in relation to goals. Now, as I stated in the A, B, and C slide, I identified goals that are going to be related to your future backup plan. So, in other words, you're going to have to, you're going to have to apply to second trade if that's what you want to do, advanced training, work-based learning, or apply to companies X, Y, and Z, San Antonio, whatever it might be. Now, your quarter four goals are going to be from your actual graduation date out 6 months. And these also may be related to your quarter two goals or plans, as well as your A, B, and C plans. I identified, let's see, continue with work-based learning job and go direct hire. I know a lot of times the material handling students, they'll go into work-based learning and then they'll end up working for HEB. And we have a partnership which gives them access to a full-time job. Let's see, next item, be an advanced training site by May 2020. Obviously, that's we've already passed that. But I mean, if you are considering advanced training and that's a goal for you to leave by a certain date, certainly identify that. Identify, let's see, attain a raise after 3 months. I'm assuming that by your graduation date, you will leave or have a job prior to leaving or separating. And I would hope that 3, almost 6 months, what it might be, you will attain a raise, a good raise. So I mean that could definitely be a quarter four goal. I know I've helped a lot of students have access to transportation. Like I've helped students get vehicles. I've given them my prior knowledge in that area, and I've kind of fast tracked them into their first vehicle. With that being said, let's say you're graduating, you already have a car, but it's not exactly what you want. Maybe during this time frame, the quarter four, having extra money along with that vehicle saved, you might be able to get a new vehicle. Things like that need to be identified so we can kind of have a grasp of where you're going to see yourself within these two particular time frames and what you're trying to achieve. So certainly do your best to identify the related information so that way we know exactly thoroughly, what you're going to go after. All right, next slide. The CTS/grad 90 and family support. So as I stated before, I emailed very important information related to CTS and CTR. It's in the form of a document, which is called the stat report. It's going to have all this information. It's going to have your CTS provider information, name, email, telephone, I think even fax. It's also going to have the grad 90 coordinator information, as well as CTR / work-based learnings supervisor. Definitely want to identify at least this right here, the CTS provider information and the grad 90 coordinator information. Certainly identify family support. It can be, somewhat vague. It can be just, basic, like your parents, grandparents. You don't have to have particular names. But I would advise you to state who who they are. So that way, if in the event, um, you don't have anybody supporting you, we need to know that. We need to find possible mentors for our students, and have the like a positive outlook. So we need to make sure that we know, identify who's supporting you, who's helping you. Because if you don't have anybody here helping you, that might prove kind of troubling later down the future. So we definitely want to have someone cheering for you at the end of the uh, your career path here with Job Corps. So personally, I've built a great rapport with students, and if you're somebody that needs a mentor or a little bit more advising, you can certainly ask me for to be a support advisor, or some form of related topic there. So with that, that's the end of my presentation example. Again, I will say to uh, take extreme caution with this. Be thorough. Ask questions if you're unsure, because this slide is going to help determine your career path. You're advising us on what those career path options might be or what you might need. So do not be relaxed with this presentation. Do not take it lightly. Be very thorough. Make sure you identify everything that you need assistance with. But it all starts here. It starts with your information. If we don't have your information, well, we're not going to be able to do much, just to say the least. So do yourself a favor, guys, and make sure you take advantage of this time that you're in my class and jump on this as soon as possible. Let's see. So I'm going to back out of this real quick. So just so that everyone knows, I need the verification of address. Should have had that from everybody yesterday. Should have the questionnaire filled out. And remember, you're going to need to utilize Adobe Acrobat for this. I have very good instructions associated to this assignment, so make sure you read those. And then once we get this questionnaire done, then you can start on your presentation. So that's all I have for today, guys. Definitely need everyone to do the check-ins. Certainly address the questionnaire and the presentation. So I'm going to be moving into my office hours. So students, if you have any questions, you need to address something, please let me know, so that way we can discuss. I guess that's it for now. I'll be uploading this live session to the classroom pretty soon. So keep a lookout on that if you need to review the session. Guys.